I'm assuming that's a giveaway. You're playing Labrynth.
Sure. Okay, once you notice it, once you see it, like the video, comment what you think, because I've been trying to do this style of POV for a while, and I think it came out pretty damn good. But yeah, please let me know what you think about it, because this is awesome. I think it came out nice.
Duel mode engaged. Autopilot standing by.
So this is gonna be up against Labrynth. My hand's pretty damn good. I open up right. He goes for impulse. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. That was honestly I didn't expect it. I opened up double Tristaros, but I have one more in deck. So that's like one of my a lot of people play two, and he reveals what I forgot her name, the girl that lets him set a trap and use it that turn. But I'm like, okay, that's fine. Smyger effect, add inclusion. No, but yeah, as I was saying, most people play Tristaros at 2 because they don't feel the need for the third. But I just feel like I need the third one. So right now, I'm just trying to get to a point where I can get the Tristaros. So I'm going to go for Sofador effect, send inclusion effect. If he impermed here, I might have been cooked. Assuming he had imperm, but we know that's an imperm. So I send Sofador and I send my cluster to be able to add it back. So I go Sofador. This is the cool thing about a Sofador. It made Sofaftir an extender, right? Because usually before we would need to dump one at a time with Scrap Recycler, Undyne, but now this guy just dumped 2 at a time. So it's essentially an extender now, because you get the card you need to discard Sofaftir, so it's basically like free, you know. So then I summon the third Tristaros, and I'm waiting for him to respond here, and he's not doing anything. I was thinking of going into Dragster just to negate his trap, but I don't know. I was like, let me just force it out, because I have access to an infinity here. And he goes, activate D-Barrier. I'm like, that's perfectly fine, because I can just pivot into Exceeds, which is still pretty good, because we can still set up our Tristaros on his turn, right? We go, okay, banish Tristaros, destroy Synchro, and summon 2. Usually, okay, this is rare because I don't really do this. I don't summon 2. As if you saw the combo guide, I showed you guys that this is like the worst way to do it, because you want to be able to chain to Nib. So typically you want to summon Tristaros on a 5 off of the Tristaros Grave effect, because if they chain Nib to the effect of a Lesk, you can't end on your infinity. So then I end up setting one and I just pass. It is basically went unhindered, so I was like, okay, let's see what he's got. So he starts off with the field spell. Basically, whenever he activates a welcome Labrynth or Labrynth card, can't remember exactly the text, it gives you additional effect to destroy a card. So it becomes part of the trap, which is pretty intense. So I chain to it, and I'm going to Dragster right away. Yeah, and I have imperm, so I can stop any of the little ones. He sets one and he passes. I'm like, interesting. I mean, his hand must have been not that great, because that was quick. So then I draw into draw. I'm like, okay, that's not gonna be useful, but I feel like I have enough here. Like there's no need to like do all these things, but just to ensure that, I don't know, like so many times I've been surprised by me thinking, oh, it's that simple, it's game, and then I get surprised by like something so random. I mean, Bestials are not random, but like, you know, like it just it's just like you could have had game easier if you just anticipated correctly and just covered your bases, and then not have to like just like, okay, that's just nothing on the field, let's just go for a game, and then you just get like stumbled by, what the hell is this? And so then I go into Alaska, add back my traps, and I couldn't add it last turn. Go battle phase, attack for a lot of damage, and he just scoops. And then now we're side decking. It's fairly simple. I'm gonna take out the. I'm gonna put the bestials in because I can just banish the ladies and the lovelies, and some of the furniture cards. I take out nibs and drolls, like they just don't do anything.
So I mean, that's what I'm in Hobart right now.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool, man.
Free air conditioning. Man.
Duel mode engaged. Autopilot standing by.
So we're in game 2, and he gets a start. So he goes first, and usually they just like 5 pass, or well maybe 3, and like they probably use the furniture cards. And he gives a friendly handshake to get things going. And he starts with Butler. There you go. And sets a welcome. I'm like, this is typical. This is usually what happens. He activates it. I don't have the Ash, so it resolves. I forgot what my hand is. All I know is that I have Imperm. I don't have Imperm. He goes for Lady. Bounces it back.
And because I've activated the effect of Labrynth and or a normal trap discharge.
I was confused as to why he didn't go for the other girl to search,
I shall set one.
which is rather confusing to me. So I was like, interesting. Then he just sets one and passes. But in the end phase, I go Druis, banish the Butler, just get it out of the game, then just I should be okay.
No.
So my turn. I draw into another Salvador. This Draco bag, oh man, I was drawing this Draco bag a lot today. It's like one of the downsides of playing the Adventure Engine, but like I think it just, I think it's justified because of how good and how much synergy the Adventure Engine has with this deck. And he goes cherries. I'm like, what the hell is going on, bro? So I was like, interesting, and this is like obscure, right? Like I would not expect the cherries right now. Like, what the hell? But yeah, he didn't want me to banish any of his cards. Which I mean, I could only have targeted to set. Then he ashes my Smiter. I'm like, oh, actually this might be a longer game than I thought. Cause my hand is like not that great. Cause I use my normal summon. I bluff set the Draco back, right? Hoping that he'll pop it over the Imperm. Because any little chance you can get to just.
I will enter combat. Yep. I'll declare an
I think it was battle phase.
I think I'll go for the bishop.
Attacks my guy. Oh. Okay, and then he just ends. I can't target this guy because he controls the set, so that's why I didn't use Jerusalem. I draw into Bell, and I'm like, okay, I'll just tribute summon then. Tribute summon for Salvador, and then try to get things going here. And if he has Imperm, if that set was something, you know, like an Imperm, I can just Imperm him back because he will no longer have a set. So then I go for purple Slicer, add my Smiter, and then pitch Smiter for Sofufnir, and that gets things going because that gives me access to my Tristaros. Luckily, I didn't draw the Tristaros this game because last game I wouldn't have had any left. So then I go Smiter effect, add inclusion. And I'm still wondering, like, what is that set? Because I know he has Welcome Engrave. Right, I know he has Welcome Engrave. Activates, add cluster. So I just prepared myself to counter the set and the grave. Because I can bell the Welcomes, and I can negate the bounce and the grave with Dragster. So this just should be fine. And then I go effect. Softer, pop inclusion effect, banish some back to stars, and then do my LX play this way. And it's a lot safer this way because that means I could have always, if he interacted earlier, I could have still had that extension. I add back my inclusion.
I then will activate the effect of Crystron Tristaros, banish it,
And then we go Tristaros effect, pop a Synchroid control, and then summon out 2 Crystrons from the deck. Which this is the proper way to do it because it plays around it better. Like even though he might not have it, but like you just always do it this way. Because if he does chain to Elastic effect, you know, you can just always just chain Tristaros and then Synchro into Samurai Destroyer. And then I go into my Nova, and then I ask him anything here, and he goes, yeah, I'll activate Big Welcome to bounce, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll just negate with Dragster. And then he's like, okay, fair enough. And then I go Infinity.
Activate.
And then right here, okay, so right here, it doesn't really affect the game too much because you can only activate one inclusion. So just don't mind that. Excuse my lack of insight there. That inclusion should not be there. But I just activated it just to protect my true stars. But now that I know that you activate once per turn, that should not be there. So just be mindful of that, okay? Just be mindful of that. He goes battle phase, gets over my dragster, and this is one of the issues I noticed with the deck. It always has like no spot removal sometimes. The extra deck is like, oh, it's a bit weird. And his guy being untargetable kind of hindered that. Because I could have gone for million at some point, but I needed to play around the balance and the set, so I needed to pre-establish something so at least I can pass and then try to control the game state that way. And then I go into a matrix. A matrix seems redundant and seems like very insignificant, but like it actually comes up because it's a name. And then he activates big welcome. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
I will chain bell.
no, never mind. Yeah, but yeah, a matrix comes up because it's just a name, and you can pop it, and you can get the full utility of cluster to pop 2 cards instead of 1, and yeah, then I draw into Enchantress. This is why I like the Enchantress stuff. So then he goes effect.
You want to chain to it or?
I'm thinking about
resolution.
I'm thinking about
Of welcome. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure if he could have even used the trap because I get activation, but I'm not sure if it's used. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm not sure it matters though. But he ends up setting D barrier. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I should be okay because he can't use it. So I didn't get to call him. I'm not sure what that spell is. It's not usually played, but I feel like I'm in a commanding position here. I have Infinity. I have access to my Adventure Engine. I can bounce the set, and then I can pop the lady. And I see it, and I'm like, okay, my imperm column's gonna negate my Fateful, but I think it's okay. I think it should be enough to just seal the deal. And then I flip my bluffed Draco back, and you know where this goes. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and please like the video if you really enjoyed the style, because I think it came out pretty cool. It's the I don't know, I think it came out awesome, but let me know what you think, and yeah, catch you in the next one.
From my Grave Advantage to pop a card. And if I control Crystron Synchro, I can pop 2 cards. My less. That's right. Okay, so what's life at? You're at full, aren't you?
Yes.
I will activate Crystron Footwork. Destroying this.
No, but that should be lethal.
Yeah. Pretty good.
There you go.